A question that we increasingly see asked in the exam paper is, are you surprised by this source? Are you surprised by what it says? Are you surprised by who said it? Are you surprised at what it implies? All these things are what you're surprised. What I do here is that I begin with looking at where and who the source is from. So this is this stuff down here. So as I've said before in class, this is the provenance of the source. This helps me think, right, okay, what am I expecting this source to say at this particular time? That helps me make a judgment then and not get sidetracked. Once I've done that, I then go through and I look at, okay, what does the source actually tell me? What opinion does the source have, or what does it tell me in terms of facts that's going on at this particular time? When I've done that, I think, okay, what else do I know about this particular time or this particular issue? And once I've done that, I work out whether I'm surprised by what the source tells me. So considering who it's from and when it's written, does it surprise me what the source says? That's what this says here. Does the content, what's in it, surprise you given the provenance and the context? So does the content of the source surprise you given where it's from and the date and what you know is going on at this particular time? So this particular format here seems to work quite well for me. As it says, I am not surprised, as opposed to I am surprised. The source states, shows, says, at this time, therefore, the source is also from, this means that. On the other hand, I'm not surprised because. What I'm trying to do here, as you can see, is if there's chance to give two sides of the argument, reasons to say why I'm surprised and aren't surprised, I will put those in. It's really important that I quote the source. And here's an example for you. These are the ladders that I've cropped up in other videos before we've used in class. Just have a read of this answer here. Notice that there's a judgment right at the start. I've tried to give two sides of the argument and I've quoted. You might not always be able to give both sides of the argument. Don't worry. If you can give one side and back it up, that's just as important. Take a moment to read through this. And here's a second example for you. The lower level answer here and the higher level answer down here. Take a moment to read those and see the difference between the two. And just before we go on to the final slide, then I've put a summary down here of what we're trying to do. Just as you read this, it's this source here about the Ruhr that we are talking about in this particular question. And finally, here's two more examples. Have a read of both these. You'll need to stop the video to be able to do that and decide which one you think is the higher level. Before we do that, let's just focus in on this source so you can see it. And the source says it is from Albert Speer, who's writing in 1970 about an event in the late 1930s. Speer was Minister of Armaments and War Production for the Nazis. So what will we be expecting him to be talking about at this particular time? What is he going to be busy with in the 1930s in Nazi Germany if he's Minister of Armaments, and what views do the Nazis have about life in Nazi Germany? So what do you expect him to be saying at that particular time? Take a moment to read what he actually says. Okay, and then here are your two answers for you to have a read and just work out which one you think is the higher and lower level answer, and can you see the things happening in these answers that we've talked about slightly earlier in this video.